All right, welcome back. Today we're diving into a virtue that honestly feels like a bit of an anchor in our crazy, fast-paced world. It's called Haya. And yeah, it's often translated as modesty, but as we're about to see, it is so much deeper than that.
I mean, think about it. We're living in an age that's all about exposure, right? Where it feels like everyone is competing for likes, for views, for visibility. Things that used to bring a sense of, shame are now just broadcasts for everyone to see. But in the middle of all that noise, there's this timeless quality that kind of pulls us back, that reminds us of our inner compass. And that quality is Haya. So let's get into what it really means.
So what is Haya, really? To get it, we've got to go straight to the heart of the concept and clear up some pretty common mix-ups about what it is, and just as importantly, what it isn't.
At its absolute core, Haya is described as an inner light. See, it's not some external rule that's forced on you. It's an internal faculty, a light in your heart that just instinctively pulls away from ugliness and is drawn towards things that are pure and beautiful. It's a fundamental part of who you are.
Okay, this is key, because this is where we so often get it wrong. Haya is not weakness or just being shy in social settings. It's the inner strength to do what's right. And it's definitely not passivity. It's an active moral compass, one that's born from a deep, profound consciousness of God's presence.
But Haya is more than just a good personality trait. The sources for this explainer show that it's considered absolutely central, like woven into the very fabric of one's faith, or iman.
Wow. I mean, that statement draws a direct and incredibly powerful line, doesn't it? It frames Haya as a non-negotiable part of faith itself, something that leads to the ultimate reward. And the opposite, shamelessness, is tied to coarseness and a pretty grim destination. The connection could not be clearer. And this just drives the point home beautifully. This shows you exactly how foundational this concept is meant to be. It's not just a characteristic. It's presented as the defining characteristic. It's like the signature virtue, the one quality that really captures the spirit of the entire faith.
So we've seen what Haya is and why it's so important. But how does it actually show up in a person's life? Let's take a look at 3 of its practical dimensions.
Okay, so the first and highest form is Haya before God. And this goes way beyond just your outward actions. We're talking about guarding your mind from harmful thoughts, guarding your body by being really mindful of what you consume, and always remembering your own mortality. It's this holistic consciousness that covers both your inner and your outer worlds. Now let's hit a common misconception head on. There's this idea that Haya is a quality that's just for women. The source material says absolutely not. It's described as a virtue for all believers. It's the sign of complete manhood. Perfectly shown by the prophet Joseph in his moment of trial, and it's the jewel of complete femininity, embodied by Mary.
This all leads to a really critical question, right? If Haya is our inner guardrail, if it's our moral compass, what happens when it's gone? What are the consequences when it just disappears?
And the answer is pretty stark. Now, this isn't permission, it's a warning. It's saying that once that internal barrier of Haya is gone, there's nothing left to stop a person from doing anything. The loss of Haya means the heart has become numb, that the moral compass is completely broken. So how do we cultivate this? How do we strengthen this quality in ourselves? The sources actually offer a really simple but incredibly profound practical tool. It all comes down to one powerful question you can ask yourself every single day. And here it is. This is the key takeaway. Before you act, before you speak, before you post anything online, just pause for a second and ask, would I be pleased for God to see me like this? That simple internal check-in has the power to completely reframe our choices, to purify our actions, and to let that inner light of Haya be our guide. So as we wrap up, it's pretty clear that Haya isn't presented as some kind of restriction, but as a form of adornment, like a crown that protects and beautifies the person who wears it. It's the guardian of the heart and the very essence of faith. We'll end our explainer today with a supplication that's drawn from the sources, a plea to be beautified with this virtue, and for our hearts to be cleansed from that harshness that stands against it. Just the final moment here for reflection.
Just so you know, the insights in this explainer were drawn from several major classical works, including Riyad as-Salihin, the collections of Tirmidhi and Bukhari, and the writings of scholars like Ibn al-Qayyim and al-Ghazali. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope you'll join us next time where we're going to explore another foundational concept, sincerity, the secret to acceptance. See you then.